Everybody get hyped. It's late night with Tony Mattar. Here we go. Get hyped. No, really, hey Tony, let's go. How's it going, folks? Welcome to Late Night with Tony. We have been practicing that intro now for a good solid 2 minutes. It's Late Night with Tony Mattar. Yes, it is. Here we go. I just want to thank you for watching. Welcome to this new show. It's called Late Night with Tony. I have my phone here because I need my notes because I don't have cue cards because I'm at a church, not a production facility. I've actually been doing late night for many years now. It's just nice to finally have an audience. Of 5. Thank you for that. You know, I just want to remind you, a lot of people have been texting, calling, Tony, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Hey, please don't worry about me, folks. I am perfectly healthy. This is just how I look.
What's wrong with your pants?
Working from home. I've been asked a lot recently about the mustache. Why the stash, Tony? I mean, you work with people and, you know, mustaches are creepy. Well, why the Tom Selleck look? Well, I got nothing else to do. How about you? Now, there's so much content nowadays on television, YouTube, Facebook. I feel like everyone and their mother wants to share something inspiring and encouraging, and there's movies and shows, and I know all of America's watched Tiger King at some point. I don't want to talk about that show, but I do want to say something about this show. This show will in no way strengthen your faith.
Nope.
This show in no way will probably make you a better person.
Maybe.
You might actually lose brain cells watching this.
Yep.
This is your point of no return. If you continue to watch, you can't come after me or Venture. Now it's on you. Yikes. I am excited, though. Over the span of the next few weeks, we're going to have many musical artists, guests, local artisans, and people who make bread, and all sorts of people of Venture. And tonight, we actually have a live musical performance from a very young and promising and talented musician. She's only 11
months.
11 months old. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for reminding them.
Yep.
Yeah. 11 months old, and she will be playing a fun little ditty on the cymbals. So much news out there, folks. Good news, bad news. My good friend John Krasinski, he started a show called Some Good News. And, he's been taken off of that. I was on the phone with John the other day. Just so proud of John. And, I have actually just kind of released watching the news recently. It's just been so much bad news out there. Well, I got some news I'd like to share with you. Boeing recently reopened part of their plant here in the Puget Sound. Boeing has made it so that you could fly from from Everett to Los Angeles in 2 hours. Boeing has also made it so that you could drive from Seattle to Everett in 2 hours. A lot of people at home are wondering, man, my hair's getting long. I got to get a haircut. I've been hearing a lot of women talking about roots growing. I wouldn't know what that is. But, a lot of guys have been seeing shaving their heads. What's funny about the Corona cut? I've been doing it for a while now. It's called genetics.
You got a mustache.
That's the only hair I could seem to grow right now. I was at the grocery store the other day. Finally was able to find some groceries. It's been chaotic out there in the stores. If you're watching this and you work at a grocery store, thank you so much. Thank you for all you're doing. Also, I want to thank all the first responders. Really want to thank you. I want to thank doctors and everyone right now that's working to help make sure our country grows. We will take care of you. But I was at the grocery store the other day, and my goodness, I saw a beautiful man and woman standing next to each other with they had a little barcode wrapped around them. You know what I thought? Probably an item. Now, on today's segment of Technology Today, I'd like to talk to you about Zoom. Now, many of you might be using Zoom for the first time. Zoom is an online platform where you can do live webinars, live meetings, all from the comfort of your home, where you could continue to party up top and just wear shorts or just stay in your underwear for the rest of the day. Today's actually a special day because it's the first day in 3 weeks I've put on pants other than sweatpants.
Those are technically sweatpants.
I'm in youth ministry, it doesn't matter. Well, folks, I would like to share with you my top 5 tips on how to use Zoom. Now, these are my top 5 things that I have learned thus far in the last week and a half of using Zoom. Here at the church, we've been using it for every meeting we've done. We've even been doing it for just grabbing coffee on Zoom at this point. I'd like to share with you 5 tips on what to do on Zoom. And if you're still watching and you're still cringing,
I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry. But continue to watch because we have a very special guest tonight, Morgan Butcher. And tonight's segment is called Waterworks. You're going to love it, folks. We're going to bring SeaWorld to you without harming any animals. First tip on how to use Zoom. If you plan, let me remind you again, these are all things I have had to learn the hard way. If you plan on using the bathroom in the middle of a meeting, because in previous times, if you were in a meeting at your office, you couldn't just get up and go to the bathroom. Sometimes it's rude. So on Zoom, I've been figuring out how can I still use the restroom while still making it seem like I'm active on the call. Well, folks, make sure your camera is off and so is your audio. I had a minor accident the other day. And if you're on venture staff, I'm sorry. You know, a lot of people are talking about how to stay healthy in this season and how to work out. And I'm all for staying healthy. Diabetes, kettlebell. But my second tip is when you decide to work out, make sure you don't do it on a Zoom call. The other day I was on a Zoom call with Pastor Brandon and the entire Venture Church staff. And I decided this would be a good time to do some bicep curls. So I whipped out the kettlebell, started doing some curls, forgetting that I was in the shot or even on the call. Sorry, PB. I am working, I promise. Please still pay me. A third tip, if your child, I know many of you are working from home right now and you have children, and for that I say, I love you, I'm sorry. But if your child walks in on your Zoom call, here's a great thing. Blame it on the dog. Number 4, a lot of people have been learning how to apply virtual backgrounds to their Zoom call. And please, don't be that person who makes this same joke on every call. Well, hey there, Trish. Looks like you're at the Golden Gate Bridge again today. We get it. It's the stock background. Thank you. Last but not least, being at home, we've had to cook much more often than we like to or anticipated to. Tip number 5, make sure before you have a domestic argument with your spouse, you are muted. My wife and I had a loving conversation the other day about burgers or pizza. And the entire church staff was able to hear it. And we actually ended up eating neither. Actually, I just ended up eating cereal. It's been a staple, this coronavirus. Hey, now to our next segment. I would like to introduce our musical guest for tonight, Linya Joy. Take it away, Linya.
Yes.
Hey, for tonight's special guest, we not only have Morgan, but we have our very own lead pastor, Brandon Beals. Give it up for Pastor Brandon, everybody.
Woo!
Yeah, come on. So tell me, Brandon, how was... Okay. Now, today's very special guest is Pastor Morgan Butcher. Morgan and I have been friends now for over 10 years. We're both bald, we're both fathers, and we both have served too long in youth ministry. Send help. But hey, we're so excited for today. We're going to be playing a very special game called Waterworks. Let's introduce Pastor Morgan.
Well, hey there, everybody. So excited for our next guest.
We already had a really successful, phenomenal interview with Pastor Brandon Beals. Our next guest, I will promise will make you laugh. Make sure to have a box of tissues ready because you might just cry, tears of joy. And, here we go. Morgan, how you doing, man?
Oh, doing great over here, Tone. How's the pandemic treating you?
Oh, better than we deserve.
Hold on, I'm getting a call from First Place Striping there. Sorry. Okay, that was awkward.
Hey, I like your home office, man. It looks great. Have you actually touched any of those books before?
Couple. The children's books down at the bottom, those are my favorite.
Oh, yeah, red llama
When Ridley
pajama.
comes.
Okay, Morgan, so here's how it's going to go. Do you have a cup of water with you?
I do.
So what I'd like you to do is this is how we're going to play.
I see that you have a party cup.
Yeah, I party for the Lord, man. How about you?
It's more of a clear, just gonna.
You know the scripture they say when every time someone gets saved, heaven throws a party? You think the angels are just sipping on these?
Maybe. Well, Red Solo.
We'll see soon. Well, what we're going to play is called Water World. Water World.
Okay.
So Morgan, you're going to take a swig of water, and my job is to make you laugh and spit that water out.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were frozen, or are you just confused?
No, how are you gonna make me laugh?
I've known you for
Jokes?
10 years. I can make you laugh.
All right. Okay.
I've done a lot of things that have made you laugh in the past.
All right. Maybe. Yeah.
And then I will take a swig, and you'll try to make me laugh. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Water World, baby. Do you want to go first? Do you want to sip your water, and I'll try
Sure. Yeah. How much of water do I drink?
Just enough. Just enough. Because if it's barely any, you're not going to spit anything out. Take a good old sip there. And let it sit in your mouth and permeate in your bones. There we go. Here we go, baby. Water World. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Wait for it. Did that work? Oh, this will make you laugh. Are you ready for it? Toilet paper. Oh man. Okay, my turn. I
wasn't expecting the toilet paper.
I was working on my Jim Carrey impression though. I don't think you liked it. Here we go.
Should I start? Are we starting the game? Oh, okay, sorry. I knew that one was going to get you. Now, unfortunately, I made a mess of my own room.
Is that a ShamWow? What is that?
That was a glove. Use this hat here. Clean up my desk. I almost got you without even saying anything.
I was just looking into your blue eyes, and I just started laughing. A little pool of laughter.
Oh, that's a good game.
Well, Morgan, let me ask you one question as final part of the interview here. What has been your favorite meal you have had during quarantine?
that I've cooked myself or that I've gone out to get?
Just food, anything you bought, cooked, whatever.
That's a great question. Cooked up some ribs.
Oh yeah,
Did a little ribs on the Barbie.
love ribs.
Full rack, and actually 2 racks, and did some homemade mac and cheese,
Oh,
and some baked beans, some cornbread,
oh,
bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
my gosh.
We just went, we went.
Sounds
You were there for that, by the way. We've been kind of quarantined together, so it's worked out.
I don't remember that.
Oh well, it must not have been a very good meal then. Never mind. We did Cunio's. We went to Cunio's.
Oh,
That was
my
really
God.
good. I love any chance we get to go to Cunio's.
I did get saved after I had those tots.
That's all it took, huh?
The gospel and some tater tots. Yeah, that's all.
The gospel and some Cajun tater tots.
Yeah, that's honestly with me. The bar's pretty down here.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, Morgan, I can't thank you enough for being here with us, and I love you, man, and hope you stay safe. And I thank you for getting dressed for the show. And
Absolutely. Here to impress. Got my jeans on and kicks.
Oh wow.
It's business up top,
Yep.
casual on the bottom.
Now, actually, before we leave, I'll say this one thing. I was, Pastor Brandon had heard I was doing this show, and he was slightly terrified.
I'd be.
He was nervous.
Yeah. I can't believe he let you do it.
I am shocked. Now, Morgan, you're known as a funny guy. Do you have a funny joke you
By
want to
who?
share?
Who?
By who?
Yeah, I mean, you're known as a funny guy.
Everybody knows you're the funny guy.
I don't know about that.
Oh, excuse me, Days of Our Lives. Yeah, when I think novellas, I think of Morgan Butcher. Do you have any jokes you'd like to share? I know you tend to have dad jokes and all sorts of jokes.
Great joke for you. Ready?
Lay it on me.
2 whales walk into a bar. One says, "Whale." The other whale looks at him and says, "Shut up, Steve, you're drunk." Well, that's a good one. You know what I mean? That's a classic. Got that right here I actually have a box of tiny tin of bad jokes right here. Pulled it from this one. You never know when you're going to need a good joke.
In this quarantine, I sure have needed a good laugh. So thanks for that, man.
Can I give you one more? At random. Ready?
Okay, sure. Yeah, 52
Oh,
pickup.
they just went everywhere. Okay, here we go. Patient says, "Doctor, I seem to have heartburn whenever I eat birthday cake." Doctor says, "Have you tried removing the candles first?" There you have it. There you have it, folks. 10 of bad jokes.
I think our viewers have probably thought, this is 15 minutes of my life I'll never get. And now we just added another minute of it.
Well, that's why they call me the funny guy.
All right, man. We'll see you later, Morgan.
Hey, brother, take it easy.
You too, man.
Well, folks, I want to thank you for watching Late Night. Like I said, this show does not promise anything.
It's late night with Tony Mattar. Everybody get hype.
You could have been on Netflix, but you chose to be here. Sorry, Tiger King. Till next week, Late Night with Tony.
That was weird.
Twirl or no twirl?
That was weird.
Okay. Till next week, Late Night with Tony.
That was even worse.
Okay. Till next week, Late Night with Tony.
That was just creepy.
Okay. Till next week, Late Night with Tony.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.